Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn our Casuarina tree, a beautiful poem, one of the notable poem of Torudat. Torudat की बड़ी ही famous poem. It was published in the collection of poems Ancient Ballads and Legend of Hindustan in 1882. The Casuarina tree. The tree is used as a symbolic representation of the poetess' past memories. She's talking about the past memories of her life. She wrote this poem when she was abroad and the poem is written in an autobiographical tone. इस पोएम का जो राइटिंग टोन है वो ऑटोबायोग्राफिकल टोन में से लिखा है तोरू दत्त ने. द तोरुलता दत्त was known as a great poetess, novelist, essayist, translator, an outstanding pioneer in the history of English literature. And the Casuarina tree is a very important poem. She is also the first Indian poetess who wrote in French as well as in English language. She is a bilingual writer. She wrote in French also and English at that time when Indian writers were facing lots of criticism from English literature writers. Their work has not only been appreciated but has been republished also. Many critics compared Torudat with the John Keats because her writing style and John Keats' writing style just like same among his world famous poems including Sita, Lotus, then Bagmari, the Tree of Life, Ancient Ballads, The Legend of Hindustan, then Hark Lakshman Hark. She also died at the early age of the 21. So about the title of our Casuarina tree. तो तरुदत्ता दत्त को या तरुदत्त को जॉन किट से कंपेयर किया जाता है. Her writing style and she also died in early age of 21. So our today's poem is the title of our poem is our Casuarina tree. So the Casuarina tree is here symbolic. It was the tree under which the poetess and her sibling and friends played in childhood. जब वो अपने childhood में अपने siblings के साथ अपने friends के साथ खेलती थी. That is hold a special place in the poetess heart, which is have a kind of a special zone in her heart. Even when all of them went their separate ways, the Casuarina tree stayed as it is become the symbol of their everlasting love for siblings and friends. So, what is the structure of the poem? Our Casuarina tree poem consists of the 50 lines which are divided into the 5 stanza and there are 11 lines in each stanza. So, the rhyme scheme of Casuarina tree is A B A B A B B A C D D C E E E. So we will see the stanza wise analysis of this poem. The first stanza of our Casuarina tree begins with the image of a tree. The poetess says that creeper like a python is winding the tree. जैसे उस ट्री को जैसे जो क्रीपर्स ने लपेटा हुआ है जैसे लाइक अ ह्यूज पाइथन winding in it. Its hold was too tight, so its had left a scar on the trunk. The poet further states that no other tree would have sustained this hold, for it too strong, but her tree did. So she talk about how the like a python the creepers are winding with the that tree. So like a giant the tree has proudly owned this स्कार्स लाइक अ स्कार्फ. और ये जो जायंट ऐसे क्रीपर्स ने उसे जकड़ा है तो ऐसे लगता है जैसे बड़े से एक जायंट ट्री ने स्कार्फ को पहना हुआ है. देन रिप्रेजेंटिंग इट्स स्ट्रेंथ टू फर्दर डिस्क्राइब इट्स ब्यूटी द पोएटिस सेज इट इज़ फिल्ड विद द crimson flowers in very bow like a crown. And often at night, when the poetess could not sleep, she used to listen the music that filled with her garden. Then in second stanza, poetess talk about the poem starts with the morning view when every morning she opened her window and her eyes rest on the delighted tree. Sometime during other season and mostly during the winter season, she has a baboon sitting on the top branch like a statue waiting to receive the first array of sunlight. जैसे कि सन की पहली किरण टच करने के लिए छूने के लिए वहाँ बैठे हो जैसे वेटिंग में बैठे हो. वेयर इज दिस पनी ऑफ स्प्रिंग plays around the flower branch of the trees. So experience like a kokila's welcoming note, the cuckoo song. She has also observed the cows guided towards the pastures and the water lilies spring under the shadow of the tree. So this is how she talk about the second stanza. Then in third stanza, poet comment only why the tree will remain dear to her always beside the morning bliss. The tree remained her of the time she played with her siblings. The tree blended with the memory of them, give her the image of intense love. They shared leaving the tears in the poetess' eyes. She remembered her past, she remembered the sibling, the memories around the tree. She also imagined that the tree shares her loss, which she heard dirge like a murmur, resembling the waves breaking on Pebble Beach. So such a memories and she is attached with it. In fourth stanza, later she speak that the present in depth connection with the tree, how they are connected with the tree through the image of waves. She takes us to the foreign land which is known as where the waves gently kiss the classic shore. So whenever this music of the waves touching the waves rise, it arouses the memory of tree in front of the poetess eyes as she has been her youth. जैसे वो अपनी यूथ में थी. सो जब जब वो इसे देखती है, शी मेमोराइज इट वेन एवर द म्यूजिक ऑफ वेव्स टचिंग द वेव्स राइज इट अराउज द मेमरी इन हर आईज. And in the final last stanza, the speaker want to erect something in honor of the casuarina tree. For those who were beloved, who are resting in peace, loved it, she wants the tree to live long like those trees of Borrowed. Then, making a reference to Wordsworth's A tree, also she make an attempt to distinguish the tree of England from the casuarina tree. So the connection to every varying emotion, the casuarina tree stand for nostalgia. She is recollecting her past memories with the friends and siblings, longingness, memory, whereas the trees of England reflect her isolation because she is living in foreign and she spent her childhood in India and how she is missing it. So the memories recollected, a kind of nostalgia in her mind. The final line of the poem underscore the idea of the poem was written in memory. The poetess seek love to protect the tree and her poem from the time ravage. So what is the conclusion of this poem? The poem Our Casuarina Tree is a reminder of Turuda's childhood and the happiness she experienced with the sibling and friends that childhood is not alive still. So this is how our casuarina tree is beautifully described by Turudat. Turudat is a very famous author and casuarina trees must read line wise. If you want such a videos and such a kind of a questions for preparation, then like, share and subscribe.